Hello viewers, I'm SB, and welcome back to Noita. I think I might have missed an episode this week. It was not a plan, I just am spacey, and I have a lot of emotions. And those two things, in a way that's probably not going to make a lot of sense to you, those two things combined to mean that I think I missed an episode. But it's fine, everything's fine. I love projectile resistance. I love this thing when it costs me nothing to take it. It's probably the only situation in which I would take it. And then gold nuggets never disappeared. That sounds great, actually. That is interesting. That's a real weird wand. Let's do the thing that I have been doing. Because, boy, I don't like this wand. So I hope nobody panicked. Is that crit against things that are on fire? Okay, interesting. I mean, there are a lot of things that cause... There are a lot of projectiles that will start a fire. So there's a way to turn that into something cool. As it stands right now, I think we're just using magic arrow. We'll throw something in there. I don't know, this. Digging bolt doesn't actually do damage, right? Yeah, okay. So there's no no sense in using this to deliver. But like if we had chainsaw instead, it might actually be pretty good. Yeah. So I guess for right now, this is what we're doing. I'll probably just yank all this stuff. You're my bomb wand now. This thing will be completely non-functional as a digging wand due to the recharge time. I don't really know what to do about that. I guess the answer is I don't use it for anything. Okay. Take that, all of my foes. Anyway, yeah, like I was saying, I hope nobody thought that I'd like rage quit the series or anything, especially if this is a series you're enjoying. I don't know if that's anybody, honestly, at this point. Maybe it's just me. But I am still enjoying it, and so we're gonna keep at it. Weird. What a weird little... Okay, well that's... I seem to have gotten myself stuck. Alright, digging wand, dig. It didn't really dig very good. Who's surprised? I mean, listen, if you fire 6 digging bolts simultaneously right on top of each other, they do, in fact, destroy stuff. Here, this is a digging wand, and I'm just yanking all these. I don't know what we're going to do with them. Throw them away, mostly. That's my guess. Does that basically work? Yeah, okay, that's functional. That'll get us places. Oh, hey, now. What if magic arrow trigger into magic arrow? Yeah, I don't think this wand's good at all. Give me this thing, let's do that. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Now, I can't help but notice that there's some wands just laying on the ground, which makes me feel like there's probably a great deal of danger over there. Somebody picked that wand up and then managed to kill themselves and everyone around them with it. That's what I think happened. Also, gotta tell you, not wild about my lack of water, so we should probably correct that here. Just gonna get a little goopy. Okay. So, we don't need that. It's super weird to just find a spell refresher sitting on the ground, though. Okay, so we got a bunch of polymorphine here. Let's make the change. I'm gonna fly up here and dump the polymorphine off this side into that area we were just in. I'm sure that there is a way to use polymorphine as like a weapon. I wonder if any of the boss or sub-boss type creatures are polymorphable. I have to imagine at least some of them have some kind of protection against it, right? Because otherwise it would be like the perfect, easiest solution to all problems. And that doesn't really seem like the kind of thing Noita is likely to give you. Alright, so what's up with this wand? Oh, it's got, it's got dynamite in it. I do like the dynamite. Honestly, it's a pretty good wand overall. Okay, let's, dump this thing. Take that. Replace my explosive wand. And this thing is just going to be a better version of that digging wand. Now, maybe it's not a good idea to have two wands that are visually identical. Maybe that will cause problems for me. I guess we'll find out. Okay, something just drowned of its own volition, basically. This wand I don't like so much, but let me grab these. Okay. So what are we really looking for from this first area? I mean, obviously, as we've talked about, I think health ups are probably not as good as they are in the normal difficulty, but they're certainly not bad. But really what we're looking for is some insanely broken wand combination that is going to make it so that we are, I can still kill him, right? Yeah, okay. Some insanely broken wand combination that will make it so that we are in no danger in future areas, because we are so incredibly offensively powerful. So that nothing can even get... Did the gold zip? I think it probably... Yeah. Yep, my gold is probably on the surface. Damn. We've just been cutting through everything, so... I saw him, eventually. Eventually. Alright, fighting this guy is always dangerous. Take water. So why don't you go stand in it? Well, he stood in it for a single point of damage. Stupid corpses. Really? Really? He only drops 2 bags of money? Huh. I could have sworn that was going to be worth the time we spent on it. Well, we got our $200, so we can do a perk reroll. I don't like this. It's gonna be a heck of a shot. All right, there we go. Ooh. All right, hold on a second. Let me grab this. That is compelling. That's interesting stuff. Do I want to hold on to... Yeah, I think I'm going to throw away a couple of these, grab those, and then dump this wand for that wand. And what about this one? So this has always casts essence to power. And it has the mana charge speed to keep up with doing that. Increases damage based on the number of projectiles nearby, or the number of creatures nearby, but it doesn't tell us what the damage increase is. So again, without having looked up the actual mechanics of this spell, it's extremely hard to know what the value of this is. And it increases cast delay, but you know, there are ways of fixing that. I actually don't think this wand is very good, so let's throw away that actual wand. Definitely don't need spark bolts. Probably don't need all of these energy orb with trigger. Certainly don't need that, though. We'll do that. Grab this. Okay. My feeling right now is that I'm just gonna do this magic arrow as a delivery system for energy orb. But if we're gonna do that, we should put it in here, right? Okay. Mana regen, not a problem. Mana max, on the other hand, if this actually does consume 110 mana to cast, then... Maybe when you fire one of these... Maybe it doesn't... Maybe you don't have to pay for the always cast? Or maybe it's just not actually doing the cast. But it's got the blue sparkles in the air behind it, which I think is... Okay. Maybe we're just not paying for it. That's pretty cool. So we can't really put anything of great cost in here, but we could like put another arrow. Right, so that's 35, 85, 105. Yeah. And it's gonna recharge as fast as we can fire it, so... Okay. It's a strategy. Try to fire. There's a little bit of inaccuracy on this particular wand and projectile combination. Really like all of that to turn to water, please. Is that? Oh yeah, that's a firestone. I'll take that. I actually panicked myself more than a little bit with that energy orb coming back at us. I was like, oh god, what fresh hell is this? Okay, let's let ourselves through here. So I didn't put my main combat wand in the one slot. Always a problem. Because apparently I can never learn new tricks. Okay, that looks like a fixable situation there. Although worth noting, there already was some water. Alright. Blow that up and hopefully... Yep, agitation. Hooray! Let me swap this now so I stop doing that. I'm so busy trying to account for the weird aim of my wand that I'm not really noticing whether we're getting a reasonable effect out of the essence to power. Like if it's really doing anything noticeable at all to our damage. Somewhere there's a thing missing. Oh, interesting. Is that... Okay. There is, potentially, some use for oil trail. Again, there are a lot of good ways to start a big, uncontrollable fire. And with us having guaranteed crit on flaming enemies, I'm certain there will be profitable ways of doing that. We just have to figure out what they are and not get ourselves murdered. So yeah, okay, it looks like we are doing more damage with these projectiles than I would expect, although to some degree my ability to sort out exactly what's going on is a little stymied by the fact that we're often delivering more than one projectile per shot. So we're getting a number where it's like, I don't know if Essence to Power is giving us a big boost or if that was just 2 projectiles hitting simultaneously. That's a death trap. That's where you go to die. I'm leaving. Because we're going to step around that corner, right, and he's going to immediately flask us in the face. And it's going to be very unpleasant for my entire face. And I need that. I use that for stuff. Okay, so concentrated spells. Extra damage, but increased cast delay. Again, numbers. Please, put the numbers in the things. Or enemy radar, which I think is pretty sketchy. Honestly, I like concentrated spells. I think we'll just take that. But again, numbers, please. Okay, it's not really costing anything extra. And yeah, it says we're getting it all. So it must be the case that modifiers on wands are always free, because otherwise this thing would not be able to do this. That's cool. That's really cool. Do we want any of this stuff, or do we just want to bank? I kind of think I might just bank. We could drop some stuff to grab some of the triples, maybe, but I don't honestly know that we need to. I'm just gonna keep moving. I'm pretty happy with our projectile here. It delivers a lot of damage, and it's got some fun modifiers increasing its damage. And we'll just, you know, do the whole thing, okay? Not sure why that guy had a big red fist, but it does seem like Essence to Power is pretty great when there's a lot of enemies nearby. Who would have thought, given that that's like exactly what the text says. Ugh. Too many enemies. What I needed to do there was bail. But I thought I could just fight through them. After we like one-shot the metal thing and then two-shot the big guy, I was like, we'll be okay. We'll be okay. Apparently, I am a fool. It turns out it was not the airplanes that slew the beast. It was hubris. Who would have thought? Okay, bouncy spells. Almost all your spells bounce around and last longer. I'm into it. Levitation trail, that's fun. Worms and Looky run away from you and no longer destroy terrain, also fun. Sounds like a lot of fun stuff. It sounds like a good start. So, Plasma Beam. An instantaneous, dangerous beam of light. Dangerous. It does not bounce. That was my that was my number one thought was, will this now bounce? Still, kind of fun, although actually, given the mana regen on that wand, probably not. Probably not actually sustainable. Let's do it more like this. Yeah, okay. Oh, something should have the bomb on it. Congratulations, you are Bomb Wand. I should have access to my bomb. And you... Okay, this just seems like a real bummer. Now we must be careful. It is dangerous. Is this water? Okay. So when we fire it here... Okay, it takes quite a while to pierce rock. It will get there, but it takes a while. Ah! Sword 4 health. You know what? Executive decision. So it doesn't bounce off of most surfaces, but it does bounce off of coal for some reason. What a strange... Like, why does that work that way? They told me it was dangerous. It said right on the thing. It says right there, on the tube, in the words. Okay, breathing, hatred, whatever. Currently held wand loses half capacity but gains more mana. Let's pick up some wands. Interesting. It's a shame the recharge time on that is so long as to make it completely useless. Okay, so. We didn't actually get any wands that are interesting with that mana thing. Yeah, I think we're just going to leave it, actually. It sort of just doesn't do anything. So... I mean, out of this... Obviously, we get this thing. Which is pretty grand. What do we have in terms of refire delay? Honestly, all of these wands kind of have terrible recharge times. Which is a real shame. I honestly might be most inclined to just do this. That'll be okay. Explosion on drunk enemies is that's never going to be anything, right? There are so few ways to get alcohol on an enemy. I guess just give me all this stuff. Did I fail to grab? I did fail to grab. Well, I mean, I guess here we'll do this. Right, we can't do that. That only has 103 max mana. Sure, why not? Okay. So if I do this, it'll make it effectively free, but now we have to do the recharge delay every shot, which is pretty not ideal. Yeah, I think this is okay. Okay. Wand body, uninteresting. Spells, uninteresting. So we just need to find some offensive tools, and then also it'd be cool if we could find some, like, better reflexes and decision-making to just jam right into my brain. I don't think we've seen anything like that drop in Noita. It's possible that it's not in the game. Okay, explosion on slimy enemies. I mean, that's more likely to happen. I'm not even picking that up. It's not valuable enough. Don't you bubble spark me. Also pretty uninteresting, honestly. Alright, so I'm hearing a lot of rumbling here, feeling a lot of rumbling. And on this run, we are not immune to the predations of worms. In fact, that guy over there is attracting the worms, very irresponsibly. I mean, obviously I want this. It has some real weird stats on it, though, huh? Alright, you know what? Pull these. Give me this. And then we just pull this thing out of there. Okay. Now we have all the explosions we could ever need. And I'm just going to throw heavy spread away right now. Because I have never actually wanted to use heavy spread. Just like, what if your spells were completely unpredictable? Why did it catch fire? What is this? Is this a roper? What is happening here? Is it a bush from outside? I think it is. I think it's shrubbery from the surface. That's weird. It's just like, the problem I'm having in Noita is never that I wish my spells were less predictable, right? Gosh, I sure wish when I clicked the button that some kind of thing happened in some kind of direction, and I found out last. Okay, that is actually pretty compelling. That's got some stuff in it that I like. Let's just pick both of these up. So this one right here, this is our actual fighting wand. Yeah, this is just completely better than the wand we're currently using. So let's go, like... 0.13, 0.42. I actually think we might be in a place here... Let's throw that away, too. We might be in a place here where we could just have that be what it does. That's pretty effective, right? I wish I could get that cast delay down a little bit. We don't really have anything that does that. Or not the recharge delay, rather. I could tack on some more shots, I suppose. Take advantage of that very, very low cast delay. What if I just load it all the way up? How does that look? Oh, right, on the triple we're getting a cast delay thing anyway, because all three of the triplicate bolts are putting on their 0.13. Well, okay, that's fine. It's good. It's a fine weapon. I think I prefer it with just the one shot. Again, reliability, controllability. It's good stuff. We'll leave this stuff for now. But okay, I'm feeling like we have a sort of acceptable baseline of danger. It's the name of my my solo project. Come on now. Maybe stuff should just not be sitting in the dungeon perpetually on fire. It's like this. This is a good example. That's just blood that's on fire. That's some rock that's on fire. It's always like this. It's always like this here. Damn it, how do I manage to... How do I always manage that? Also, why are you still alive? Oh, come on. That is some spite right there. It's going to fire an incredibly highly pressurized, extremely accurate stream of lava at you post-mortem. Well, I think it is going to end up being the case that we're just not going to find anything on a lot of runs that makes it worth exploring the first area very much. Okay, that's a nightmare. Just get rid of that. Like, the primary thing that's going to keep you alive in the second area is being good at not getting hit by the enemies in the second area, and that's not a thing that you can discover in the mines. You're not going to find that. You need a weapon that's, like, good enough, and it would be nice to get $200 for a perk reroll. And that's basically where I'm at, I think, with the first area. It is probably the case, actually, that it's going to turn out to be, on Nightmare, it's going to turn out that the game is way more about just find any path downward than it is about, like, exploration, which is kind of how I tend to play it. And how I am still playing it, even while I'm saying this. So, you know, maybe I should be rethinking that. Like, you're going to have to find weapons. You're going to have to find more weapons than you start with, certainly. But, like, just going around and getting into all of the situations in each biome is definitely going to kill you, I think. Definitely, I think. Probably, maybe going to kill you. Please put out some of that. I want that wand, but, like, living in terror over here. Alright, it is... Ooh, it is an all-seeing eye wand. Hell yeah. Huh. Molten metal. What is... I guess it's just liquid fire on the steel actually does melt the steel down. Ooh. That has teleportation in it, and I actually would like that. And we would not have found that if not for the all-seeing eye, so... Pretty great news. I don't think that's going to damage the bottle, but it does mean that we now have to fight the devil for it. Apparently it's not quite clear. Damn it, get out of my way. I would like to be allowed to pass. Tiny, tiny little bits of terrain. Yeah, the problem is still, it's just like a little thing just kind of hovering in space. That's just metal. That's just metal that's on fire now. Oh, look at that. I'm watering the plant and it's actually growing. Weird. Also, that little bit of terrain cannot be destroyed. Yeah, it actually is indestructible. Huh. Well, that's not how that's supposed to be. Also, somehow I got a bunch of water up there. I assume that's some zipping nonsense. Or, oh no, he started some fires. Something up there must have cooked off and created steam, and then the steam cooled. I'm not going to be able to get that money. Part of the problem is I can't see what I'm doing because of the tooltip from the damn wand. Okay, there we go. There are uses for this. Yep, that is so indestructible that it was easier to dig through the rock around it. How bizarre. It's an okay actual combat wand, I suppose? Oh, look at the cowardice. He knows. Even without eyes, he knows. He can smell my plans. I guess actually he doesn't have a nose either, so probably not. Okay, this has turned into a nightmare. I'm just going to go over here. Buddy, rinse off the garbage. Okay. Well, this is all going splendidly. Okay, I see what happened to the ghoul. It's alright, we're gonna be careful. Okay. I would love to refill my water, but we are not going to try to get it there. Yeah, let's just bail. Let's just leave. What if we just left, though? Interesting to note that when you have Breathless, you just sink straight down in water. That was not me swimming down with a high efficiency. That was just, you don't float anymore. Okay, so we do not have a reroll. What we do have, though, is contact damage and gold is forever. I mean, I guess let's try it. Okay, yeah, it's really near you, huh? And enemies that are within your soul take damage. You know, teleporting cast could be cool. I don't know what we'd do with it. So what do I want to do here? Like, we have this mess of just kind of uninteresting stuff. None of this stuff is very compelling as actual combat tools. Yeah, let's free up some space. Let's pull the things I care about out of this wand. I think Burst of Air is maybe actually compelling. We might be able to make some fun stuff happen with that. And then I guess I just... So it's 50 mana drain. So I wouldn't be able to fire 3 of these. And I guess you can't put 3 of those into a triple spell anyway, because it will read as the first one containing the second, containing the third. But I could do an add mana. Oh, game. Uh-oh. Okay, everything's fine. It looks like everything's fine. Probably. What if I did this? Will this fire? Okay. So it's running out of mana. It's not firing the third orb. What if also Burst of Air? I was kind of hoping the Burst of Air was going to push the orbs forward, but honestly, this could have some uses. I'm going to try it like this. Let's run it like that. And do we want to buy any of this stuff? We don't have any trigger spells right now that like move fast. This thing blowing up on a timer and stuff is maybe cool, but there's a lot of value in Sparkbolt as just a precision delivery system with how slow this moves, so I think we'll try it like this for right now. Oh, sorry, this should be on a wand. I do want to use this, so I think we're gonna throw out a lot of this garbage. Pretty sure. Okay. So sorry, it needs to be the case that nothing else is in that one. You know, it's hard to imagine wanting to keep Spitterbolt. Okay. I'm hoping that the contact damage is like really extreme. The air feels heavy. Ah, worms. Okay. Dug straight down from the previous biome. Well. Oh no, they do not give us a way up to the previous biome. That's a shame. Now, they couldn't go being helpful now. Okay. Okay. We are not immune to electricity. Oh, except when we are holding our Kiva Skivvy. Okay, I don't actually care about that. Oh, caused a little bit of a situation there. I guess that thing was also not immune to electricity. It just wasn't zapping itself somehow. I love the fact that like the cold water actually freezes. It can sit there and be liquid as long as it is undisturbed. Somebody's got spore pods. Yep. Interesting. Wow, interesting cast stats on that. A 1 second recharge time for a wand with that many projectiles in it. Actually, there's like some utility to that. We could do something. Obviously, we're gonna have to deal with these first. Okay. Yeah, I'll just pick it up over this. I think I'm comfortable with losing everything in that wand. That's just a water potion. I kind of like the way this wand pushes enemies away from us and then delivers shotgun blasts to them. Oh, okay, alright. Caused a situation there. A thing is transpiring. Okay. Now, of course, the downside here is that the situation, as we've rigged it up, does not really have a lot of room for precision. We just kind of create a storm in front of us. Hey, buddy, perhaps you could stop being alive. Come on. Cunningly aimed. Okay, so now that whole area is kind of untraversable. Stupid frost skulls. Back in my day, all of our floating skull enemies were coated in fire, and that's the way we liked it. Just trying to get away from the contact damage. The foresight and the cowardice. It's a dangerous combination. I don't actually need a potion filled with fire. Let's take this. Oh, hello there. Unfortunately, infestation. Ooh, I don't think we know about infestation. Okay, I mean, we basically have to get lucky with a treasure chest to make it to 670 gold. But I would like to do that if we can. Now, I don't actually want to just hug him, because of course he explodes when he dies. We will regret it if we use that approach. Take this, all of the shotgun blasts. Unfortunately, we just don't do very much damage per hit here. And I guess the way we've got it rigged up, the wind blast is making it basically impossible to make contact with one of the energy orbs. It's just spacing things out. Alright, hold on. Let me try to rid us of this dude first. It's giving me some distance. This is sort of holding them at energy orb's length. Ow. Why are we seeing so many of these guys this time around? Wow. Okay. I was trying to fly backwards. When we hit him and he flew toward the side that he was impacted from instead of away from it, that really screwed up my evasive technique there. Which is basically just hope. Hope counts as a technique. Alright, well I think that is maybe where we're going to call it for today. You know, if we're routinely surviving for 20 minutes per run, I do think that's an improvement. That shows improvement. As sad as that may be. So when you come back next time on Monday, we're going to aim for 22 minutes. I guess incremental is the best we can hope for. And we'll see you then.